Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it is my birthday today. So 28. I've made it this old and not dead. So happy days. And yeah, bringing you an emphatic clan war overview. Before we jump into some replays, and I will note that I've had zero time to actually look through the raids. So I might show some good stuff, I might show some bad stuff. You'll never know. But I have used a couple of the videos in the war I'm about to show for a Surgical Hog video. So yeah. Anyway, before we start, I want to do a shout out to Revved Up, who is our streamer. He sort of started it on a whim. I told him I'd support him, which obviously clearly I'm happy to do. And yeah, he's been sort of streaming our clan wars. So if you guys want to see live attacks and Rev stream, I'll put a link to his Twitch in the description. But he does do quite a very good job in the streams. And he loves it when you talk dirty to him, so follow that through and go check out some live Emphatic War. Anyway, on to our video, on to the purpose of this, which is to recap the last war. So we're back on to our normal sort of wins again, and you can see by this war 69 out of 75 stars. Absolute beast. I wasn't actually in this war, albeit that my accounts were. So if you look at attacker number 8, I mean actually best war I've ever done, believe it or not, because if you look at my my one account there and then my other account at the bottom, I got 12 stars. It's a shame that Van Aris was doing all the attacks on my behalf, and that all the glory actually belongs to him. Motherfucker. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to show some videos from the war and see how we get on, and hopefully yeah, we've got some good content to go through. So I'm assuming he's going to have hit quite low. So let's have a quick scout and see which base we'd rather choose of the attacks he's done on mine. The general, don't really care about that, and the general again. Wow. Which one's got the higher queen? We'll go for the one with slightly higher. Yeah, slightly better. It's not really, but yeah. Okay, so he's doing a hog attack on the general, and yeah, again, this is Van, not me, so I'm not trying to steal credit. No one can accuse me of that. Yeah, easy CC, pull a couple of loons and the hog there to make sure he gets any loons out the CC. Always want to make sure at least one hog goes into checking a CC, because if a loon goes AWOL and you don't pull it out and you're doing a hog attack, it's going to absolutely wreck your life. Yeah, so my heroes aren't too high yet on this account. I haven't got high level my level 6 giants or Barch or anything, or witches. It's all town hall 8 level, but I suppose that doesn't matter too much if you're taking on a lower base, and particularly if you're just trying to take down a level 10 queen. And you can see here he used a jump spell. Now the idea is going to be that he trips at least one giant bomb. I think he's doing a surgical hog as well, by the look of the fact how many giants he's got left. And you can see there the golem has gone in and done the trip on the double giant bomb there. So you got your giant in, the hogs in as well, taking down some defenses. He will trip the giant bombs. I don't think he'll get a double trip, which he hasn't. And you can see just the nice surgical drop in of those hogs to take down all those defenses. And yeah, pretty straightforward. So this is a sort of a surgical hog where you have got lower level troops, lower level heroes, but at the end of the day, all he needed to do was take down those defenses quickly, and job's done. All that's left, the only threat now that's left is the king, which is normally, as long as you've got a good group of hogs, they should be able to take him down. So yeah, it seems like a pretty clean attack. I know that Van probably took this opportunity to do a practice on some surgical hogging. So fair play and well done for absolutely smashing it on this account. I owe you one. Yeah, great attack. Moving on through, let's have a look. I'm going to have to sort of guess. I will show one of Campbell's, just having a bit of a look through. So yeah, as I did say, haven't had much time to prepare. I'll show one of Nightmares. I haven't had much time to prepare the attack, so we'll go for one of Campbell's this war, because he's relatively new member, and yeah, he's already been sort of smashing it and bringing home some 3 stars for Emphatic. That's all we can ask, really. Now, this war was obviously with some lower players, and I mean, this sort of base, you know, it's not even a max tunnel 9, and it's their number 20. The wars we face, this is pretty low. You'd expect a little bit higher. Now, I thought there'd be a double giant bomb, or at least a single giant bomb, where the CC would just pull to, but apparently not. So he's going to do what looks... He's only got 14 hogs left. It's a very small amount for the attack. I wonder is it going to be a shattered Goho? I wonder if there's... or there might be more hogs in the CC. Not 100% sure yet. We're going to find out very shortly, though. The standard sort of kill squad of witches, wizards, queen being the main killer in this. We're going to see how this hog attack goes down, and how he demolishes a base with only 14 hogs, potentially 19 if they are in the CC. Sorry, you can have 6 hogs in the CC, so potentially 20. 20 is actually not a bad number, so that would make more sense if there were hogs in the CC. But yeah, he's killed the queen by the look of it. You can see that yes, hogs in the CC, there we go. So 20 hogs to take down the base. That is more like it. He's got 4 heal spells as well, so he should be able to keep those hogs nice and healed pretty much throughout the raid. And you can see there that they're just, yeah, tearing through. Defense is going down. They're in the core already, because it's because the king and queen are still in there distracting. It makes life a little bit easier for the hogs, and he's only used 2 heals. But not that many defences left to go down now, and he's got another 2 heals, so he's actually going to come away with a spare heal spell, I think. Going to drop one down the bottom now, I'd have thought, maybe? No? Not even going to bother. If he comes away with 2 heal spells, that is insane. The king's about to go down, or he will do if the hogs can get the job done. They're all ganging up on him now, look, and he's got cleanup everywhere in the base. No way has he walked away with 2 heal spells. He's thrown him in the corners. Classic. Okay. Glad I showed that raid. That was pretty awesome. Fair play, Campbell. I mean, 20 hogs to completely wreck a base, and yeah, lovely. Moving on through, another surgical hog by the look of it. So we've got Loon in at the top, a couple of Loons in at the top there to take down the arch tower. Now, I think he's just doing that for pathing reasons, to make sure he's not going to start the CC pool now, so maybe doing that for some slight pathing, just to get a nice trade there. He has got a couple of hogs going in to get the CC pool now with the giant there, and the CC pool is complete, so he's going to pull the troops to the right, and so I'll speed up this part because it's slightly boring. Just having a swig of tea as well, and the troops are starting to go down. Kill squad going in. I'm going to drop the speed down now. Golem's jumping in. King and queen are heading there. King should aggro onto the queen any second now, and then he'll go and kill her. Meanwhile, wizards are still killing some outside buildings. Maybe going to take that arch tower down as well, which would be nice, which they have done. And you can see a giant in at the bottom. Some hogs to follow. It is a surgical hog. Second giant in. More hogs targeting some extra defences. And he's just trying to target those defences quite specifically to make sure he gets them. He'll spell over a potential double giant bomb threat. Because he's approaching head on, he's not going to get the double trip, and there wasn't a double giant bomb there anyway. So pretty bad. See, if you're going to have a base like this where there's potential double giant bomb threats, have double giant bombs. It just makes sense. So he's going to use the heal spell, I suppose, on the last potential giant bomb threat and the last couple of defences that are going to go down. Nice hog pathing by taking that archer down as well. And you can see the hogs are sat in heal, taking the king down, and that's absolute perfection. So yeah, hogs to go and clean the base. A couple of wizards as well. So he's got a barb sat in his camp. You know, it just didn't seem like a challenge at all really for him. So we're going to move up a bit through now. We're going to show Nicholas actually, because he is another new member that's been bringing home some 3 stars quite early on. So it's always good to see. Happy to showcase some of my newer guys, especially if they're coming in and bringing home the 3 stars for the clan. It is a general variant, and it is going to be a standard hog attack. So I'll do it in 2 times speed so we can see. Getting the CC pull there with quite a few hogs. Potentially going to trip I thought there might be a giant bomb by that Tesla, but there wasn't. But he has got the full CC pull, which is all he needed to achieve with that. You see the witch is going down. Now he should throw his queen in. There she goes. Look, slightly delayed, and he could have brought because they're by the wall. It would have been a bit easier if he'd have brought it out a little bit further. So that I would say next time, make sure you spend a couple of barbs just to bring that CC out a bit further. You can see he's got a spare barb anyway, so it wouldn't have hurt. Might have made it a little bit easier though. And he's just doing a complete sort of wave of hogs through the whole top right side of the base, wiping through into the core. They are sort of congregating in the core, and then he'll be able to use a nice final heal spell to keep them in heal for pretty much the whole raid. And yeah, I mean, when you get hogs right, you get them right, and you can really wreck some bases. So looks like he's got a nice group of hogs left. Queen and witch is on the king, which is ideal, meaning the hogs don't even need to bother, and the hogs are free to sort of run around the base. He didn't have a load of cleanup troops, that was the other thing, but because so many hogs survived, they ended up being most of the cleanup anyway. So pretty good attack there by Nicholas. I'm going to carry on moving up and through now. An attack by me on 16, don't really, nah. Well, we'll start moving up towards 15 and 14 now. Savoni, no, he's going to get showcased up, I think. Well, Van's going to have enough airtime this video, so screw that. A bit harsh. The Shuriken design, and it's a Shattered LaLoon, I believe. Is it Shattered? Is he doing the double golem? Is there 2 golems there or 1? Or is it cold-blooded? Might be cold-blooded. It's hard to tell. I think it is a single golem. Yeah. I'm just wondering if he double dropped the one on top of each other. Okay, so king and queen going in now. Lightning spell going to be on the CC when the wizards get into place. Oh, slightly missed. Oh, it's worked though. I think he judged that lightning perfectly actually. Oh no, actually I think there are a couple of archers around. But anyway, queen's going to be the one that clutches it clearly here. She's going to take down the loon, the rest of the CC. Got a little bit lucky there. Could have been a lot smoother on the lightning drop, I think, in my opinion anyway. 3 hounds going in on the initial. So again, on hound dropping, I like to try and make it so that you eliminate threats of traps, but maybe based on this base design that it's highly likely that the traps are going to be triggered anyway when the hounds are moving through. So I think he just wants to make sure, yeah, a lot of the traps look like they're in the core and stuff anyway. So he's just doing a nice smooth drop. I mean, the expos are set to down anyway, so a lot easier. Stupid sweeper placement. I mean, these guys clearly are not a major war clan anyway. I think they were 2 stars. I'm just going to speed through the raid now because, yeah, it's just they clearly didn't care. Otherwise, why would you have a sweeper way out in the distance over there and not really, adding anything to the raid? But nevertheless, it was a nice cold-blooded LaLoon by Nightmares on wax. Continuing to move up through the videos now. We're going to skip up to, I think, number 12 we've already shown. Number 11 we will show, which is Dom. Let's have a look what Dom did. Okay. So, yeah, Dom's taking down this base here. Now, it looks like a much better base design. Looks like a more tricky base. I think the queen is quite accessible though. So what he's doing is, it looks like it's going to be a surgical hog, but with 3 heal spells and a jump spell. So he's not lightning the CC because the CC was quite easy to pull. The queen's quite easy to get to. He could have potentially done this without a jump, to be honest, unless he's trying to eliminate a giant bomb threat. So we'll see which angle he goes in at. But if you can, it's always best to try and kill the queen whilst eliminating a double giant bomb threat. Now, if I was looking at this raid, I'd say the double giant bomb is potentially just north of the town hall, sort of by the air defence Woods Town mortar clump there. So, but he's still going in through the right side anyway, straight into the queen. So maybe he's just going to maybe the jump spell's going to try and break into a certain... Yeah, okay. I think he's eliminating the lower a lower giant bomb threat or a lower Tesla threat. Could be. Either way, Dom's going in. Get the queens down already. Giant going in. Couple of hogs going in as well. I mean, it's the surgical approach. So just using giants to tank, then hogs to go directly in. And you can see here that already the hogs are sort of moving through quite nicely. He's got a good spread. I think he's run out of hogs for the last couple of defences towards the north. But the hogs are clumping up nicely down the south side, and that last heal spell I think is going to go near that Tesla where it's just popped up towards the north side of the base. Yeah, I would have potentially placed it a little bit more north to cover maybe the cannon, but it looks like it's going to work out anyway. Yeah, maybe covering that second giant bomb actually instead of that would have been better. But enough hogs survive, and the king, I don't know how the king's going to die. Maybe the hogs will land on him. Either way, we know he winds up with a 3-star, so maybe a slightly better heal spell placement would have made the red a little bit easier then. You can see he's got a combination of hogs that have gone and killed the king, so it worked out in the end. Nice surgical hog attack by Dom. Moving on upwards now, we're getting into the top sort of bases. Number 10 was shown, I believe, 7, 9. Just trying to remember the bases I showed in the other one. I definitely showed one by Rev, definitely showed that one by Xliv. I think it was number... Oh god, I can't remember. Anyway, going to move on through to Leonard's attack on... No, to... We'll show the attack on Clashing Matty, which was done by Van on the base that it was done on. So quite an interesting base design actually. Seems like some thought's gone into it. Quite a few double giant bomb threats. There are threats in the core as well. And he's going in with a Shattered LaLoon, so pretty standard sort of army. Couple of golems in to get this to distract the defences, wall breaking in to go towards the queen, wizards down to create the funnel, and then going to do a late king drop, I imagine. Once the CC are being triggered, look, as soon as the CC started being pulled, then he dropped the king to make sure the king wasn't the first thing targeted. So nice late drop there. Pretty good lightning. I don't know if it might have been a slightly better place to get more of the minions as well. Van might argue that point and say he needed to take down the back end of the troops. Anyway, either way, queen's getting targeted now. He needs the queen to clutch this for him, take down the enemy queen. Definitely, she's gone down, which is great. I was hoping he might get a Tesla or two. Definitely at least got one, and now the LaLoon part of the raid starts. But because the expos are down, it's just gonna be the raid's gonna be quite significantly easy. If the expos are up, it's always a little bit more tricky. Nice raid spell to get the hounds over to the wizard tower, or get the loons over to the wizard tower anyway. Third hound is down over there, and the loon's coming in to back him up. Second hound's moving over. Ideally you want one hound to survive and move over to the final air defense here. He's not going to need many loons to take it down. In fact, he's got a couple of loons going at the north arch tower, which has worked. And now what is he going to do with those last loons? But you can see the loons are just, so many of them have clumped up, and that rage spell has really helped them. Thank you to Reversal, giving me a shout out. You've just made it into a video without knowing. So yeah, let's see the loons. It's going to be that last Tesla. Teslas can tear through loons, but he's got too many there for it to do its job. And boom, raid over. A couple of wizzies to clean up as well. And yeah, nice 3-star by Van. Fair play for bringing it home for the clan. Now, there's 2 more videos I think we're going to show in this raid. The top town on 9 was done by Leonard. And yeah, really interesting base design. When I say interesting, I mean shit. You could have used a load of strategies on this. You could have weavered it. I think this is a white lighting HWD base back in the day. But yeah, I mean bad. You could shatter weaver it. So on the north cannon, a couple of golems in, and then just funnel in a shed load of Valks to take out the core, and then loon the rest of the base. You could hog it, do a straight up hog, You could holo it as well, so you could loon the outside defences and then hog the core. He's gone for the Shattered LaLoon approach. Sorry, that's it, completely incorrect. He's gone for the Surgical Hog attack, which is, as I said, as I've been saying all along, it's a trending strategy now. It's quite flashy, it's pretty cool, it feels nice to do. If you can get it right, you can absolutely just shred bases, and you don't need to worry about time as well. You can see he's taking the CC quite aggressively. When I say that, I mean he's just pure rushing the enemy CC using a lightning spell to take it down en route. It normally works out okay if you get it right. My screen's lagging a little bit, but I think we're back on course now. Hogs moving through the base. He's targeted 3 sections basically. A giant down to distract, with Hogs going in to finish up. Look at the Hogs in the core. I mean, they're uninterrupted basically. There's nothing that's going to do any damage to the Hogs there. And then now moving through to the final Arch Tower and Tesla. And he's already got cleanup troops down helping out, but that big wad of Hogs is going to be the main thing I think that's going to do the cleanup this raid. And yeah, just going to speed through now. He lost quite a few Hogs this raid down to spring traps, but I suppose a lot of times if a base design is, you know, spring trap placement's not hard. Just whack it between 2 defences, and you're going to get some reaction on it. But enough Hogs survived to be able to do the cleanup. Maybe a couple more cleanup troops would have been helpful, but it didn't matter in the end, and the 3-star was brought home. Now the last video we're going to show is number 4 by Van. I think, yeah. Let's have a little look and see the Town Hall 10 3-star. So crystal walls, you know, not the hardest Town Hall 10 of all time, but any Town Hall 10 that's got infernos, which is pretty much every Town Hall 10, it requires good thought and good planning, and it's not easy to just to get a 3-star on a Town Hall 10. So nice jumps are there, redirected both golems. Look at the CC pull, the King's going in now as well. The idea being here, he wants to take a minimum of 1 air defense down, an Inferno down preferably, and an Expo if he can. Anything else is a bonus. Now, just looking at the buildings that are going down now, King's still alive, the CC have now finished, Expo is about to go down, air defense is about to go down, Queen's in a good spot here. She's shooting the storage, but she's going to move south, and there is the Inferno targeted, and some other defences as well. So it's made his job a lot easier now. So you can see the Hound dropping and the targeted loons behind to just go and take down those defences. He's probably going to drop a rage spell in soon to move them across those Teslas, because Teslas can be devastating to loons, especially when they're clumped up, but he wants the Hound to target them ideally. Now he's brought a single freeze. He missed the Inferno! No way! I'm sure he targeted the Inferno then. Oh man, gutted by Van there. I think he was trying to target a few defences and just slightly missed the Inferno tower. But in the end, it hasn't actually made a huge difference, because you can see the Hounds are still tanking. They're still tanking for the loons, and I think he's going to get a final pop soon because the Expo is on it. Unfortunately, there are Expos ripping up the pups here, so he wants his loons to get in there. It's not the cleanest of raids, because that Expo should have... Wow, the dual Expo is then doing some damage to those loons now, and it looks like he's going to just about have enough to rip down the Expo in 1 hit, and then he's got some cleanup left to finish up the base. Unfortunate on the miss by the freeze, but it wound okay, and the raid came up with a nice 3-star. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. As I said, check out Rev's stream of the war on Twitch. I'll put the link in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.